Hey guys, and welcome to Back to Fitness number 45 as we lead into Limerick Marathon. I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to jump back to 3 weeks ago and talk about the training from there leading into the marathon. And what I'm also going to do as well is I have some footage that I had taken in St. Anne's Park at the Brian Boru 10 mile over the Easter bank holiday weekend that I didn't include in the actual video of the race. Now, this piece of video captures absolutely everyone who took part on the day at around the 3.5 mile mark. So I'm just going to let that play through the video. So anyone who ran that day, they can get to see themselves. You get to see yourself here. Unfortunately, you're going to have to listen to me in the background talk about me and myself. To the Shomaraha on this, I think it's 10th of April, chilly 10th of April. It's been chilly there for the last while. I don't know what's going on. You'd be expecting the weather with the longer evenings being a little bit warmer, but unfortunately, it's not. So my own marathon coming up in 3 weeks' time in Limerick. This week has been much better than last week as regards recovering from COVID. I don't know if you can notice it with my voice. It's not as raspy as it was last week. I'm not coughing as much. Running is kind of becoming a little bit easier, but I'm still not doing any kind of specific training now. I still managed to knock out 50 miles this week, but it was all just easy running. I just don't feel like I have with the lungs still aren't fully recovered, so I don't have the ability to really go in deep. So I'm just trying to do longer runs, easy. I did a 17 mile run there Tuesday, which I was quite happy with. Was able to get through it okay. A couple of shorter runs during the week. I did a 13, I think it was 13.2 mile run yesterday, and it felt pretty horrendous for the whole run. But actually knocked out a reasonably decent pace, which was quite unusual comparing how I actually felt, because I did a 17 miles on Tuesday and felt pretty okay, and I still only ran around just over 8 minute mile pace, whereas yesterday and on today's run I was down in the 740s. Now I felt much better today. It was really nice. I was later in my run. I planned to get 10 miles done to hit 50, and I bumped into two of my Crusader friends, Michael Kiley and Big John. Um, they were heading off on their run, so I got a couple of miles in with them. So my last couple of miles flew by, chatting about this, that, and everything, mainly about GAA, and I was telling them all about yesterday when I was in Croke Park with Saoirse for the ladies camogie league finals. We only stayed for the Wexford match, obviously, and well done to the Wexford girls. Saoirse had an absolute ball. Um, just enjoyed my running this week more than I did last week. I'm not too excited about Limerick. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the bit of a buzz, the weekend away with the family, a bit of relaxation over the bank holiday weekend. I know regular people wouldn't think running the marathon is kind of relaxation, but I'm totally, I'm not perturbed by running a slow time or anything like that. I just want to go down and enjoy it and take it all in. And we'll think more about what time I might try to run maybe the week before. But as it stands now, all I'm looking at between now and Limerick is just trying to get as many miles as I can into the body, to build a bit of endurance, not really speed, doing a good bit of swimming as well. Had a couple of swims this week and really making progress at the swimming. So I feel I can really work the heart and lungs much better in the pool than I can running. And it's mainly down to breathing through the nose, so the windpipe is not getting as irritated, so I don't end up coughing. So I can do kind of a harder session in the pool and I'm not coughing and spluttering and what have you. So trying to get into the pool 2 or 3 times a week and doing some, and I am getting some good training in the pool in regards to my fitness, so the day of the race, look, it's 3 weeks away. We will assess it with a week to go, see how I feel. Hopefully, as each week goes by, my recovery from the COVID will improve. So that was from 3 weeks out from the marathon. Today is the day after the marathon, that I'm talking to you. So what happened the week following the last time I talked there? Things pretty much went the same in regards, just tipping along, doing regular miles and trying to add in a few longer runs. And I tried to do my last kind of long run, and the furthest I got post COVID was 17 miles, and I always got to about 15 or 16 and started to really struggle. So I was hoping I could go a little bit further this time, but it wasn't to be. And I got to the 15.5 mile mark and had to stop at a set of traffic lights, and everything just went a bit pear shaped. Got a little bit dizzy, felt felt a little bit ill. Tried to start running again and felt like I was going to fall over. So I just said to myself there and then, I'm not doing the marathon. I can't do the marathon. I can't even run, past 17 miles in a training run. So it'd be crazy, I think, to attempt the marathon. So I decided then to cut down and do the half marathon. Um, as you can see here in the bottom picture, last week I went over to Seanmore Park to test myself out. I was going to do a little session to see exactly where I am in regards to doing a half marathon, and to see what kind of pace I could run comfortably, because I had no intentions of racing the race. With my experience over the last couple of weeks, I'm just a little bit tentative and actually fearful of pushing it a little bit too hard, and just a little bit afraid, to be honest. So pulled it back to the half marathon and decided I'm going to run this as a training run. Look at it that way. Go down to Limerick, have a nice time with the family, and have a nice, enjoyable run. Okay, 2 minutes jog recovery. Okay, so 6:34 for the first mile. Won't know what the bit of a mile was. Probably something similar. Be great if I can do the next 8 minutes at the same pace. So see what happens. So the first mile of that guy was 6:36. Oh. See, save. Oh. Let's see what we have here. 2.7 miles, 18:04, 6:42 pace. So that's counting. All stats, intervals. So that's the intervals there. Let's have a look at the actual 6:34. Okay, so it's giving me 6:34 average for the 8 minutes, first 8 minutes. And then my 2 minute jog recovery was at just the under 8 minute mile pace. Yeah, 6:34. So yeah, more or less the same pace with both now. I felt I was going slower on the second one, but I was probably a little bit smoother, which is good. But the effort was tough, like, couldn't see myself running that effort for a half marathon at the moment, or a marathon. So it's on grass. Oh, you could knock off maybe 10 seconds, getting down into the 6:20s. So realistically, I just look at running maybe sub 90. So that's a 6:52 pace. That should be comfortable. And then you can just look at the half marathon being a good training run. Okay, right, that's that done. Time to go home and have some breakfast. There you go, guys. That was the Limerick half marathon for me. Welcome back to the show. We're right here. We're back in Dublin the day after the race. I have to say, I thought the organisation of the race was actually quite good from my perspective. I enjoyed the event. The support on the course was really good. Course itself now was a little bit lumpy. One or two people said it was a reasonably decent course, but I'd have to disagree. Every time I turn the corner, there seems to be another hill to climb. So, the downs don't equate the ups in running. So it affected probably everyone's performance or time. But sure, look, me personally, I went there to run a sub 90 and I ran 89:30ish. So really happy with that. First couple of miles running steady, and felt that I was starting to struggle about halfway, but came back to the city centre, and the support and the atmosphere in the city centre was really good, and it buoyed me anyway. And a lot of people said that they found that really helped them along the way. And the last couple of miles flew by, and I finished pretty strongly. So I was quite happy to get the time I did. The only negative for me really was when I finished, my COVID cough was back. So for a little while after the race, you can hear my voice now, it's a little bit raspy, and that COVID cough came back for a little while. So it's that kind of thing, when you went digging into the well a little bit, it's still there in the system, which is a bit disappointing, but not unexpected. It was a fantastic weekend. I wouldn't know Limerick City very well at all. The people down there were lovely. We stayed in the Castletroy Park Hotel. It was really nice. Service was fantastic, really nice atmosphere there. Loads of runners for the race. Loads of people from Wexford there for the race. So the night before, had some great chats with people I've been racing against for years. Friend of the channel, national athlete Sean Hare, was staying there with his lovely family. So we had some great chats with Sean. I'd like to give a shout out to a friend of mine, Miles Gibbons, who came 5th, I think it was, overall in the marathon. Sorry, Miles. and he ran 2:33 as far as I know as a PB for miles. So stellar runner and stellar performance. And the great thing about the race that I found was there was lots of loops where you kind of double back on each other. So I actually got to see Miles during the race, during my race, and I was there to give him a good cheer, and he was looking great at the time. It was great to see, and that helped me along as well. The same as Sean. I saw Sean during the race and was there to give him a cheer. So that's one aspect of the race which I quite enjoyed. All in all, going forward, it's a new chapter now. So for me, going forward for the summer, I'm going to try and get into shape to run some shorter races. For me, a shorter race is 4 or 5 miles. So something from about 5 miles up to 10k. I'll be concentrating on now, and hopefully health wise things are going to improve and improve and improve, and I can get back to maybe doing a decent bit of training. That is life. I can't complain. I didn't drop dead, which is fantastic. Even though I felt once or twice during the race that I felt a bit funny, but you always get that in races, especially longer races. You tend to question your sanity at times, but got through it in one piece. Had a great weekend with on Pankela and Saoirse, and some family, some, it was really nice, some lovely food as well, and a few beverages to help to wash it down as well. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning into this. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you are, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share and subscribe, and spread the word of the channel. By subscribing, you encourage the algorithm to show the videos to more people. There's proof of my half marathon achievement. So that's it for the moment, guys. Thanks very much again for tuning in. Take care, and we'll see you all soon.